Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Emerge from Silence. I am your host, Amber. In this episode, we will talk a little bit about my story of infertility, as well as some of the demons I am currently battling. I will share some history and statistics around infertility you may not know. I was shocked finding out some of the statistics. I will also be touching on the reason for the hummingbird in the logo. Also, the name, Emerge from Silence, comes from me being silent about my story in infertility and mental health for so long. People do not realize there's people battling. Also, a little side note, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. Please wear something green, even if it is a ribbon, to support mental health. Please reach out to the people around you and check on them. You never know when someone just needs someone to talk to them. And it could help them in whatever battle they're having and help them win it. I know how hard mental health can be when you feel like you have no one to talk to, but in reality, that is never the case. There's always somebody there. It's just a feeling. I would also like to take a moment to say thank you to the friendly podcast I have been following. They're called A Paranormal Chicks by Donna and Carrie. These are two amazing women. They helped walk me through how to start this podcast and get things set up. Please, when you have a moment, take a look at their podcast and support them in any way you can. This can include leaving reviews. Anything you can do will be helpful. Mine and my husband's story starts approximately 10 years ago when I saw an OBGYN. They did lots of blood work as well as what's called an HSG test. I was told at that time I do not ovulate and that is all that is wrong. And that was the reason I wasn't getting pregnant. At that time, my grandfather became very ill and passed away. So I put my needs on the back burner at that time. Approximately 3 to 5 years later, I followed up with another OBGYN and was told I had to update all testing. I was told at that time that I do not ovulate. She tried several rounds of Clomid, and these were unsuccessful. So she decided to repeat the HSG testing. She stated at the time that both fallopian tubes were blocked, and then she referred me to what's called an infertility specialist. After seeing that infertility specialist, he told me that my only option was IVF, which is in vitro fertilization, which is very expensive. He did not even answer any questions. He refused to repeat any testing. He just got up and walked out of the room after dropping a bombshell on me. He never returned to the room and just left me and my husband in the room crying. We chose never to go back to that doctor. Fast forward several years, and I went to another doctor in that same clinic. She advised me that I would need an exploratory surgery, both fallopian tubes. She was basing this on all previous records. She was going out on maternity leave, so at that time she chose to repeat the HSG test. She advised me that my fallopian tubes, they were not blocked. They were open. So she told me all that I would possibly need would be the IUI, which is intrauterine insemination. She offered me to do it through her, but as she was going out on maternity leave, I chose to do it through my OBGYN. So I returned back to my current OBGYN. She's tried several rounds of letrozole since December, and so far they've not worked. In between seeing all the specialists, I've tried everything over the counter, anything anybody suggested. I tried it, and it's not been successful. This last cycle, we tried what's called a trigger shot with an ultrasound, which checks the follicles. I'm hoping this helps and we do get a positive pregnancy test. Many people do not realize what all goes into infertility treatments. You have to have lots and lots of testing, lots and lots of blood work, many ultrasounds, many tests that people just do not realize you have to do. The anticipation on waiting for those tests to come back is brutal. I know firsthand the mental and physical and financial toll this takes on people. It has taken a tremendous toll on me and my husband. Every month we get a negative pregnancy test. That's like a chip at my soul. A little statistic that most people do not realize is 1 in 4 couples are affected by infertility, and about 48.5 million couples experiencing infertility worldwide. Some doctors and researchers would say that infertility is becoming an epidemic, and infertility treatments are becoming more popular as couples look for ways to start a family. But something most people don't know, many insurances do not cover any type of infertility treatment. My insurance is one of those. Me and my husband have paid all of this out of pocket. Many families are left with a burden to grow their family. Many do not have the funds, nor do they have the mental health to continue to push on. I know all too well this financial and mental burden. The hummingbird in my logo is for my grandma who passed away. She always told me she would visit me as a hummingbird. So now when I see a hummingbird, I know it's her. Also, the hummingbird has other meanings in life, like lightness of being or enjoyment of life, being more present, independence, bringing playfulness and joy in your life, lifting away the negativity. They have the ability to respond quickly. Hummingbirds are also very resilient. Also, they mean healing. And most people need healing. I know I need healing. This group is a safe place for everyone that is battling demons of any kind. You never know what someone around you is going through and needs to hear to win their own battle. Sometimes people just need a smile. You do not have to be having trouble with infertility to join or share your story. You can just be having trouble in life just need to put your story out there. You don't have to be having trouble. If you just want to send in, that's okay too. You're welcome to share your stories anonymously if that makes you feel more comfortable. All stories are welcome no matter what, and you will not be judged. I do not put up with people being judged in this group. All stories can be submitted through my website, which is www.emergefrompodcast.com, or you can email them to emergefromsilencepodcast@gmail.com. There's also an option to record your stories on the website, or you can record them and email them to me. To respond to listeners' stories that are being read, there will be a blog started on the website, or you can email them to me. There will be a short episode in between main episodes with responses. Please respond and help each other out. I'm also wanting motivational quotes. I also want the explanation as to why they inspire you. This can be any quote that just keeps you going in your daily life. Thank you everyone for listening. I would love if you could leave a review wherever you listen. Please also check out my website, www.emergefrompodcast.com. There's a link to my merchandise on the website. Please also email your stories, emergefrompsilencepodcast@gmail.com, or they can be submitted through the website. You can also find me on TikTok with the username Emerge From Silence Podcast. I'm also on YouTube and LinkedIn, as well as Pinterest. All the ways to donate are on the website, or can be found on my link tree through my TikTok. A few of the ways to donate are Buy Me a Coffee, PayPal, you can support me on Anchor, or a membership through Supercast. All links are on the website or through the link tree on TikTok. All donations welcome and will be used for the podcast or any medical bills that's been acquired due to the infertility. Thank you, and remember, you're not alone.